Call this meeting to order. Let the record show that Commissioner Wardlaw is absent. The rest of them are here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the only item is discuss and possible action on approval of contract for sports complex with LPA and authorize the county judge to sign it.
We have the contract, I think. I don't know if everybody should have got copies, or did they get copies?
No, but I didn't get a copy. I didn't get a copy either, but y'all had already negotiated an item with them, and, I mean, y'all were doing all
The price on this, I'll let y'all go through. The price was, let me find it.
Was this, approved by the county attorney?
It was sent to her, and she was reviewing it, and she said she was supposed to send somebody, but she said they didn't have any issues with it, but they're sending
According to
somebody.
the county.
They had a couple of little minor
Changes.
things, but nothing major. The lump sum price is $63,000, am I right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
so,
Commissioner, real quick before we take on, money?
What I would like us to do is, we have the Westgate project. When it is completed, we will have the money back from that. I would like to take the money out of there to pay for this, in the meantime, to take it out of contingency and then reimburse contingency.
There's
What do I get?
there's actually, but instead of taking out of contingency, couldn't we just take it out of that 400 or something?
Yeah, we should be able to.
Now, anyway, that we don't have to be taking it out and re-putting it back? Because there's money in there, in that 400 and some odd $1,000.
You're gonna get the money back from the Westgate when the grants pays us back.
Yeah, but there should be enough money
There
in
should
that
be enough.
400 some odd thousand. That way we just don't take it out of contingency and have to reimburse it. There should be enough money in that 400 some odd $1,000 to do it.
Just go ahead and just take it out
Yeah.
of the Westgate account right now, just be done with it.
I would, out of it, but yeah.
Okay. And I think Carl turned in the reimbursement for the last reimbursement, I think Monday. So we should begin in hopefully by next week. They're pretty good about returning our reimbursements.
And at the end of the day, though, that we're okay with that money, what I was looking at.
We're okay with that.
I mean, we're not like we were 4 months ago that we were actually waiting on a draw to be able to pay. I mean, we're in good shape right now. So the 63,000, they're not gonna get paid all at once anyway, so.
Okay, so did you review the contract?
I just got it this morning, Judge. I didn't skim
We
through
can-
it,
we
and
can,
I have comments from Anna for.
Okay, but we could approve it contingent upon whatever.
Yeah.
Contingent upon them looking at it.
Let's hear the comments first, and then we can approve it.
So there were a couple additions and a couple changes that she was recommending. The venue right now is the place of business of the contractor, so we need to change that to Valverde. Yes.
I'm fine with that.
And then also governing law as Texas instead of principal place of business of the contractor.
Okay. We're out of San Antonio, but it'd be Texas, but we can clarify that, that's no problem.
Okay. For some reason I thought it was California, is it not?
So we have 6 offices, 4 in California and 2 here in our corporate office.
This one, I think, actually had the California address.
Oh, did it?
Yes, it
Okay,
did.
then it should have had our San Antonio.
Yeah, because the front page says
Yeah.
California Avenue, Suite Irving, California.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it should
okay.
be, that's here. Okay, so that's San Antonio. I'm writing this down.
And then we also include non-appropriation provisions in our contracts, which is essentially if we can't allocate funds for the project, then we're able to terminate the contract without penalty.
That's fine.
Where do you go?
We also,
Where'd you go? You got enough, you got it.
You got enough.
we also usually include a suspension of agreement provision, which in the case of malfeasance or misfeasance.
Yeah, you could.
Yep.
And you typically, yeah. that's-
Morning, sir.
I know y'all can work that stuff out.
And just to let y'all know, if there's no money, we don't want to do a lot.
Yeah,
Well, why not?
Too far back, quick.
Okay,
And
so
I think the final issue that Anna had seen was just something that the court would need to approve, and that's a limitation of liability to $50,000. And it's just a determination of whether you all are okay with that.
But You're saying approve a limitation of 50,000 for contract 63, so how does that work? What are you talking about?
Very last page of the agreement, 9.1.7, the architect's liability is limited to $50,000 for negligent acts, errors, and
Oh,
omissions.
okay, so his errors and omissions.
I don't have an issue changing that to match whatever the fee is.
Yeah, let's change it to match whatever the fee is.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it. What this contract, we're gonna hold 3 public meetings as part of this. One is tonight at 6, and then there'll be one next month and the following month. The one tonight is with all of the different sport leagues to go through what their wishes are and all that kind of stuff, and then they'll start coming up with some designs. That meeting's in here at 6 o'clock, and then we'll work on the other 2 meetings. I had visited with them that maybe later on we may decide we want an additional meeting, and that would actually be an extra cost, but the court can decide that when we get through the
Since the one
process.
tonight wasn't, not an official public hearing, you
No.
just have 3 additional.
Okay. Yeah, but, I also had comments on the one tonight that we did call the president of every league, and we took it for granted they were gonna tell their coaches. Well, some of them didn't, so, but that's not our mistake, that's actually the
That's fine.
president's mistake.
So, I think we have a 4th meeting in
Okay.
there, if I'm correct. So, if you want, I can explain what we're gonna do tonight real quick.
It's up to the court if they wanna look at it, or,
We're just waiting, no, I mean,
Yeah.
if you would just come up, you gave us a little brief
Yeah,
history on, or what you're gonna do.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, something like that, if you can come up and tell us like that right now, because you were explaining to us that.
sure,
there's-
sure.
You know, there's basically 3 different, you're gonna come back with, 3 different designs. and all
Yeah,
that.
so, tonight's a big data gathering. So we have, different materials we're gonna break tonight into like 3 separate pieces. One is, we wanna find everybody's spirit of the project, so we're gonna have posters we hang around called thought starters. And there's questions on it, like, how important are sustainable features to you? We have, there's 8 questions, and we have this, where we're just gonna have people vote on all these different ideas. And we're gonna give everybody stickies, dots to vote on this, and then we have this is a thought starter, so we have these 7 questions like this, and everybody's gonna have sticky notes. We're gonna give them 30 minutes to do it, go through, mounted on all these, then we're gonna go through voting on the other things. Then we have what we call precedent images, so we have some images of just stuff, and have people put tabs on green for like, red for don't like. So what we're trying to do is let everybody kind of express an opinion visually of what they want, and then finally, we've got little plans of all different soccer field configurations. We've got all the diamond sports in here. Oh, I hope we do. You know, basketball, football sports, handball. We just want to hear all the different sports, and then these are all the different diamond sport layouts and everything, and we're going to facilitate all this, of course, and walk through the process. So after tonight, we're going to have all this input, and we're going to consolidate it, come up with, 5 to 10 guiding principles that we can use as a design basis. So every time we do something, we say, hey, this is what we want. We'll use a number of fields, and then we're going to come up with 3 ideas for the property. And so the next meeting, we're going to meet with you all, go over the ideas, make sure we're good. Then the next community meeting, we're going to present those 3 things. We're going to have a recap of all this, kind of show everybody the results of all the data so they know where we stand. And the beauty of this is anybody, if you miss the first one, fine, because you can always come to another one, because we're always going to include a recap of the previous meetings, so you can to get up to speed. We'll talk through the 3 ideas, and they're going to be all different. and then get people to vote on those. And at the second meeting, we also, at that point, we'll need to meet beforehand, talk to a bond group, a bank, or somebody. And what I want to do is start to ask people's threshold of how much they'd be willing to pay a month. So we might say, what is, based on the property values in Valverde County, if we did something for 6, 8, or 10 million, what does each one of those levels mean out of pocket for a median
person.
house? And then a couple above and a couple below. So at that second meeting, when we have the schemes, we're just going to say, do you want to pay $10 a month or $5 a month? What's your threshold? And that'll help set the dollar value. And then the last meeting, we're going to take the idea that was most refined, that everybody voted on. We're going to refine that into probably, depending on what the outcome is.
You got a lot of work.
Yeah, the dollar amount, with everybody, we're going to say, okay, here's the scheme that everybody liked, and here's a lower version of it or a higher version of it, and this is $5 a month, $10 a month, or whatever, and then just, listen to the
It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And so the beauty of this is everybody who goes through this process is going to have a lot of investment in this. They're going to vote on it. It's great because it helps when it goes out to the community. They're all involved. Then from there, we'll have a project in a dollar amount. And the beauty of it is, if let's say they just want to go for the $6 million one, well, we've already designed the $12 million one, so that's the master plan. That's.
Well, and I think that's what we need to get to. I mean,
Yeah.
I think since since he's brought this to us, Commissioner Nettleton sort of spearheading this, we need to sort of shoot for the stars type deal.
No,
If
absolutely.
we're going to do it, that way, we know what we would ultimately like to have, instead of trying to plan for something small and then sort of trying to piecemeal it. If we have, like you said, the master plan, and then we can get to it.
Well, we pay money to put in a sewer line now. We don't want to, 6 years from now,
No, it's
say,
just
well,
it.
we got to tear out the sewer
Yeah,
line. and build
that's
it.
it. I mean, I like what
Yeah.
you just said. We have a master plan versus, we're just going to do this. Well, no, if we're just going to do this, we want to get to all of this.
Yeah, so, and then finally, and this is what the 63 does not cover, is we don't know exactly what we'll need to support you when it comes to promoting the bond. And you're going to have to get, a PAC's going to have to do that.
We've already agreed to 63 and he's trying to raise it.
No, this is, when we get done with it, we'll just figure out what the PAC needs. And if we haven't used all our monies, we'll use it, but there might be, say, hey, we really need this super duper rendering and this to do it, and we can, any of that
Well,
stuff.
and the main thing is to get y'all going.
Yeah.
And this meeting is just to
Exactly.
get y'all going.
Yeah.
And then we'll bring in July, I'm going to invite the bond counsel and bond attorneys, because we're going to need to
Okay.
pass a resolution of reimbursement, which allows us to recoup all of our costs that we spend now once
Yes.
the bond's issued. So we'll have that discussion in July, and then they can start looking at it.
And the way they presented it, I think, what it does is the community feels part owner of the project, and I think that's a good idea. So, anyway,
We'll make a motion to approve the contract with the changes recommended by the county attorney's office and to authorize the judge to sign.
Second.
there's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Matt?
Back to that 63,
Yes.
let's just go ahead and put the contingency for now. I know eventually it's all going to fall into the same place, but there was not an agenda item to do that. So for right now, let's.
There was not an agenda item, or there wasn't an agenda item to take it out of contingency either, so we did the same thing.
But the agenda item is the approval of the contract.
There was an agenda item to.
Okay, on the 20th, we will put an agenda item to tell where we're going to take the money.
Okay. All right?
Can you put that on the agenda?
Yeah.
This one?
If you want to send me the language, how you want it edited, and
Yes.
shoot it to me?
Do you have a business card or?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think I do.
So, for the record, what does LPA stand for?
It stands for Leeson, L-E-S-S-O-N? L-E-E-S-O-N?
Doesn't stand for anything.
It originally it was Leeson Pomeroy and Associates,
Uh-huh.
but he's long gone.
So it's just LPA.
It's LPA. That's our identity.
Okay.
And then you'll attach the contract once we get the signed one. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
You'll attach the contract in a minute once we get the sign.
Yes. Well, if you have one, a draft or anything now, I would suggest we put it in. And then, because you're gonna sign it, you're gonna. Thank you.
Yes,
I'm sorry, I could have handed it to you.
That's all right.
we can.
Oh, okay.
If we're signing
If
the
you,
contract,
does it say draft the contract?
Yes,
Well,
it's
I-
draft.
let's
Okay,
do
that's where we're
this,
gonna
because
pay it from, but
it'll
if
be,
we're signing it,
this doesn't say draft the
wouldn't
contract.
we have to pay it? Wouldn't that cover it?
We are approving the contract for signature. It doesn't necessarily mean it allocated the funds, doesn't it?
Well, if we sign it, we have to pay it. We've agreed to pay the $63,000.
Those are not correct.
I don't want to wait on that.
I agree with you that we have authority to do it, but that's fine. We'll put it on the 20th.
Okay.
He's not gonna bill us between now and the 20th.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. If nothing else, it means adjourned.
Thank you.